All right, Dr. Bolt. Looks like we're recording here. So um, we'll just start this from somewhat scratch. So you can see the AWS instances or the learning lab is stopped. So go ahead and start the lab. While this is going, um, I'll let you. I'll show you actually my local. You see, here's my desktop. Um, here's my local computer. You can see. Uh, Computer documents folder, subfolder, assignments. Um, go ahead and delete that. That was from my test earlier. This is from yesterday, so I'm not going to use that. But anyway, what I was going to show you was my Python program that I have here, just so you know what it's happening when we run it here a little bit later. Of course, right here, we're just going to print the working directory. Uh, that's just kind of how I like to do things. I'm going to import pandas because I am using the data frames for Excel just to answer questions. And then you can see it basically it just asks, are we interested in watching the World Cup? Because it is World Cup season going on right now. And then depending on the answers, then we'll eventually, we can ask more than once. And then it'll save them to this file in a local working directory. So we'll see that in action a little bit later. Anyway, now going back to the learning lab here. All right, it's booted up. Let me actually close this window real quick. I don't like a lot of windows open. All right, so Learning Lab. We're going to go into it. Prior to this, just to save you time, I did already set up my EC2 instance. I set one up yesterday, and I actually set one up again today and recorded it, but I used the Windows recording software, and that didn't record all my different screens. So this is my my third recording going through. So we're gonna go ahead and look at all of my instances. I have none running. But they, huh. Well, all right. I guess we'll just do it from scratch again. Not sure where that instance went. That's really weird. Huh. All right. Okay. Well, I guess we are going to do it from scratch. All right. This is going to be take 3. We're going to do Ubuntu. We're going to do, that's fine. We're going to create a new key pair. We'll call it AWS EC2 take 3. This is fine. We're going to use PuTTY later on, so we'll create that key pair. Looks like it's downloaded, so that's nice. I'm going to, that screen opened up. I have 2 monitors open and I'm just recording this one screen. We're going to go ahead and move that key pair to here. We're going to change this one to also an old one. So that'll be our new one. All right, let's go back to the instance. We'll let it, those defaults are all fine. Storage is fine. So we'll go ahead and launch it. All right, cool. Let's view all our instances. Ah, there it is. I guess I was on the wrong screen. That's all right. We can we can do all this from scratch. That's no problem. looks like it's still booting up. Running. Cool. There we go. All right. Now, excuse me. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start up. I want to move this off screen, but basically well, before I move it off screen, I'm going to take this IP address and we're going to copy it and use it into configure putty. These are the old settings I had, so what I'm going to have to do here is change to the new IP, which is here. I already did the connection timeout to 30, so that can stay. Then I'm going to change the key, private key, which is going to be this one, right? Should be it. I'll go ahead and save that just in case. I'll go ahead and accept that. Cool. All right. Well, I'd already done this on the other machines. We'll go ahead and do it again. I got to do some updates here. I know you probably don't want to watch through this, but uh, I've got this memorized down by now. So, all right, cool. Now we're going to go ahead and install some Python. You know, fingers got off the keyboard there. Like I said, I've been sick, so my brain isn't functioning very fast. Cool, cool, cool. All right. We can just get past that screen. That's no big deal. We'll go ahead and do this too, in case I do some stuff later on this machine while I'm at it. And then, of course, last but not least, we got to do some pandas. Cool. All right, that's good. So we already got that Python file created. Now what I do just to move files easier, it's just kind of easier for me. I just use FileZilla. You can already see the left-hand side shows the my local machine directories, and then we're going to connect to the new machine, which, if you remember from earlier, see that's that 59 IP, which is the same highlighted IP there. I do need to change the key though, because this was from my previous session that I was doing. So now I got the new key in there. We'll go ahead and connect. Sweet. Now I'm going to create a directory. That's I'm going to use my working directory. Let's call that. Cool. So you can see here, there's nothing in there. And what we're going to do is move the Python file over into that directory. Cool. Now let's check, make sure that everything moved right. One, that folder's there, so that's good. We'll change the directory to that. And go ahead and run that file. Cool. All right, it's working good. Are we interested in watching the World Cup? We're gonna do, just for the sake of this, we're gonna do no, even though I am actually. We'll add another one. Are we interested in watching another in the World Cup? Say no. Add another? Sure. Are we interested in watching it? No. Add another? Sure. Okay, fine. I'm interested in watching it. All right, so that's 3 no's and 1 yes. And we're not going to add another one. So then the file will end there, and it should save it to the CSV file in that working directory. So we can see that by going to here, and if we refresh, we'll see that document's there. So now what we got to do, per your requirement, is move that document over to our local desktop. Like you said, there's no point in doing work via AWS if you can't get that work off of the cloud environment. So to move it over to here, all I got to do is just double click it, and it'll populate over there. And you can see, right, again, it's local. This is local, but just to show you, we'll pull up that folder. This is actually my local folder. And now we have this document in there here, the CSV. So let's look at it. Let's show our answers right here. 3 no's and a yes. Uh, of note, these are all here. This is just some of my testing, and because I was using pandas and that setup, what that Python document does is just adds these answers to the that existing stuff from some previous tests. So anyway, so that is that. So then what we'll go ahead and do finally is terminate the session. You can go in here. So basically I could just go ahead and end the lab here, or I could do it from in here. I'd rather do it in here. Here in the state, you got the stop instance or the terminate. Terminate's probably better for cost savings, so I'll just go ahead and terminate the instance. And I don't have any BBS stuff attached to it at the moment. Uh, so we'll go ahead and terminate. Cool, successfully terminated. And then we can prove that by going here to Python, or a PuTTY that was connected, and obviously it's no longer connected. So cool, we expected that. And then here, the status on FileZilla is no longer connected from our local machine to the AWS environment either, because it got disconnected. So that is it. Thanks for the watch.